This is where I grew up, deep in the mountains of South Wales, in a small village called Llangynoed. That's Llangynoed, but just Llan for short. My family moved here back in 2000. Llan is surrounded by fields, with footpaths in every direction, and we pretty much explored them all. I loved being outside, going on these adventures and just hanging out in the countryside. Running around the forest with my friends and just hanging out on the mountainside. I made the most of this, of having this on my doorstep, right up until 2013, which is when I moved to Cardiff. Cardiff, the capital of Wales, isn't a particularly big city, but it is a city nonetheless, with a different character to back home. One of my favourite things about living in Cardiff was the noise, which may sound a little bit odd. In my first university halls, my room overlooked the train track, and I liked hearing them at 3 a.m. And after uni, I moved into Westgate Street, which is one of the busiest streets in the city, and I loved it. But I also had the occasional pang for the mountains. As far as cities go, Cardiff is pretty green. It has a fair amount of trees and some decent parks, but it's not enough. It's not the same as that vast countryside I had on my doorstep. So every few months, me and my friend Jamie would head back to Llan to return to the mountains. We usually went a little beyond Llan to the forestry near the small town of Maesteg, just a few miles from Llangynoed. It's nice to return to the sounds of the forest, to be amongst the trees. There's a really good bit in Ralph Waldo Emerson's essay on nature where he says this: "In the woods, too, a man costs off his years as the snake his slough, and at what period soever of life is always a child. In the woods is perpetual youth." Basically, the woods, always a good place to fuck around.
Hey! That's it, bud.
But I haven't visited these mountains in a long time, and I have no idea when I'll be returning.
Yeah.
I'm currently back in Cardiff, and the world has been in lockdown for several weeks. It's not healthy to be cooped up indoors all the time. I've noticed my neighbours have started putting plants in their windows, almost like their small way of reaching out to nature. A small reminder of the outside world. My plants are admittedly fake and a bit withered, but I found another way of connecting with the outdoors while I'm stuck inside. I've been watching old footage that I filmed up the mountains. Some of it was for a video I was making about the forest a while back, but a lot of it is just incidental stuff, things I captured along the way for no particular reason. It's been quite cathartic watching it all back whenever I feel anxious or claustrophobic and locked inside. It's helped me during lockdown to have this portal to the outside world, so I thought it might be useful to others as well. To anyone who misses their own mountains, or maybe those who aren't within reach of any. So I've put this footage together as best I can, for myself and anyone else out there who wants to feel like they're also back up the mountains.
Why is it just coming across? Okay, what did you say? That's exactly what I said.
tuttying down by this fire for a while. Happy with that bit? There we go. Smells nice. Fuck, it smells lovely. Beautiful. Don't worry about them tricks, but oh fuck, I love the fire. But I actually think I love the fire. Okay, well, go. My fucking battery's run out.
Is it?
How the fuck, like? It was full battery on it. I've hardly recorded anything.
Use mine. I'll just send you the footage.
Well, what's that name? Right, ready when you are.
I'm not ready at all.
Oh my god. Oh, a jog down next way.
Woo! Fucking brilliant.